So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. What is going on here? Is this how you will behave on Earth? Because from Jupiter, where I am vlogging from, we don't do like this. We don't behave like this in Jupiter. Is this how you guys behave on Earth? This is scandalous. Just imagine waking up and seeing your father's face all over the blogs, all over the tabloids, all over the magazines and newspaper, being famous for for having over 400 ex-tapes, for being the PDD of Africa. Just imagine you waking up in the morning to see your mother, hey, oh my God, to see your mother plastered all over, your pregnant mother or your mother at all, plastered all over in an ex-tape scandal with a married man. Oh Lord, may our family members not make us unfortunate. I don't need to introduce this video any further. In today's video, we are going to be dissecting the story of the PDD of Central Africa. Before we go on, if you're new here, seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Start to give this video a big thumbs up already. Drop your comments as we gist, as we dialogue, as we conversate. And stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. Don't also forget to subscribe to our Africa Folktale and History channel. It's not just folktale, even history. Join where I'm going to be telling you guys African folktale and the history of so many important, eventful incidences that have happened in Africa. Look at the last one that we just released on the Aba women riots. Very powerful. Know your history, know your story. Hit the subscribe button on that channel as well and join us over there. Without further ado, let us dive right into this video. Today we're going to be talking about this man here. Oganakademus, Odinaka, and the trending 400 explicit tapes, some of which are now circulating online. Balthasar Egang Ngunga, often referred to as Bello, is an authority figure in Equatorial Guinea's financial sector. He is a graduate of economics and finance from the University of Malabo, and he is the son of Balthasar Edjode, the current president of the Economic and Monetary of Central Africa. He launched his career in the finance sector and quickly rose through the ranks until he got appointed as the Director General of the National Financial Investigation Agency, the ANIF. That agency that he headed is charged with the responsibility of implementing financial regulations as well as combating financial crimes in the country. So I can say it is akin to our EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission of Nigeria. That was the position that he held in the country. 54-year-old Ebang is married to a beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous woman, and they have 6 children together. So somewhere along the line, the authorities launched an investigation for fraud and corrupt practices against Ebang. He stands accused of redirecting over 1.2 million from government accounts to his own personal accounts during his tenure. And so in the course of their investigations and arrests, his computers and mobile devices, as well as his other personal effects, were confiscated. So when these personal effects were seized, the authorities began searching and looking everywhere in them to find some kind of implicating material, to find some kind of evidence or exhibit that would nail him to the fraud that he stands accused of. And then they came across this folder, and what they saw, they found over 400 explicit tapes of Ebang with different women. White, black, younger, older, single, married, all kinds of women. These videos included very wild encounters with notable women, persons of interest, including his own brother's wife, his brother, oh my God, including his own brother's wife, his own cousin, his cousin, a pregnant woman, the sister of the president of the country, the wife of the Director General of Police, the Equatorial Guinea Police Force, the wife of the head of the police, wives of over 20 ministers, 20 ministers' wives, women of all levels and rankings. He had explicit tapes of himself right in the action, right on the mountain of Jerusalem with these women. Where didn't these acrobatics take place? What location was not fingered in these acrobatics? His work desk, office toilets, hotel rooms, everywhere. There was no limit to where he engaged in these acts. Now, what even made it more unbelievable, more scandalous, was that before he begins this act, he would set his camera to the full glare of the lady waiting for him, unclad. He would set his camera and record the whole event with their implied consent. When I say implied consent, I mean despite the videos didn't show them saying, yes, I consented, but they obviously saw him recording them. So it wasn't like it's a hidden camera. If you have seen those videos, you will see this man setting the video recording and taping these women to their full knowledge and notice. Another interesting fact about these videos, oh my God, you guys know that I can't post such a thing on my YouTube channel. If you know where to find them and you are interested in things of the world, if you have given up on your heavenly race, you know where to find them. But another interesting fact about this case is that there was no single video at all where this man managed to use protection. All of them were done as the Creator made him. Direct entry. So you see the problem now with some people that love promiscuity. You are a married man, you are a married woman. You went outside to chop puff and you cannot even protect yourself. You carry Staphylococcus aureus, gonorrhea, syphilis, and HIV, and you dash somebody that is at home that didn't partake in your nuisance. Can you see how painful and annoying it can be? No time in these many videos that are now circulating online did this man use protection or these women use protection. They were open, yakata. But come to think of it, we are going to address this thing step by step, including the legal part of the story, which is the most important part. So stick around and wait on for that part, the legal analysis of this, because there has been several ideologies of what should happen and what could happen. I'm going to tell you what the law says. But before we get there, is this man normal? Is he mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually sound? Is this a congenital malfunction? Or is it just a spiritual attack? No control, no boundaries, no limits. His own cousin, another man's pregnant wife. Alu. Arukaru. How does another man find the nakedness of another man's pregnant wife sexually appealing? Because you people should help me down in the comment section. You take a pregnant woman and start hammering her unprovoked. Not like you are the father of the baby. Even if you don't pity her husband, won't you pity the innocent fetus growing in the womb? One single person having over 400 tapes of different women, different people's wives, single, married, black, white, short, fat, slim, tall. So you can just sit back for a second to imagine the encounters that didn't get to be recorded. Doctors in the house, can you help us demystify this? Is this some kind of mental illness? Then we have the women. Let me not even talk to the single women, because if by 2024 you do not know better than to have yourself filmed during intimacy, if we are still preaching that one in 2024 of the risk of having another man film you during intimacy, then I don't know what to tell you again. Oh. But let us keep the single ladies to one corner first and talk to the married women. It's bad enough that you are stepping out on your husband. You are playing a away match. I'm not talking about hungry women. Oh. I'm not talking about urgent 2K girls. Oh. I'm not talking about women that have need for money. I'm talking about well-placed women in the society. Women married to men in positions of power and authority who obviously didn't engage in the act for money. It must have been a situation of tell a friend to tell a friend, if you know what I mean. You chose to play away match. It is not bad enough. You are a married woman playing away match with a married man, and you consented to have yourself filmed. Make it make sense. No be juju be that. I do not understand that level of irresponsibility and then carelessness, madness on top of your irresponsibility. Like, to what end? To what end? For what reason are you letting yourself get filmed in the cause of abomination? Some people also ask questions about the man's wife, whom personally I do not have any blame for. But let's just discuss that topic because it gave rise to another question, to another set of arguments. They were like, how possible is it that you are married to this kind of human being? I'm not talking about someone that is cheating with one woman or two side chicks. I'm talking about someone that has over 400 tapes of himself making out with other people. Is it possible that you can be married to such a person and you do not know? You haven't come across anything. You haven't seen anything. You've never suspected anything. He has never slept. You've never come across or run into anything. A lot of people have questioned how it is possible to be living, eating, sleeping, and being married to such a person under the same roof, and you do not know that this man has a collection of X-rated tapes of himself and other people's wives. And this brought about the argument of checking your partner's phones. Some people have advocated that, see, check that phone today. You cannot have your private parts public for both of us. Then a common mobile device now becomes out of bounds. Is that marriage? They were like, assuming this woman was in the habit of checking her husband's phones, checking his laptops, checking his devices, maybe she may have come across these things and she may have averted this scandal, because maybe it would have led to some kind of confrontation and repentance, or at least deleting the tapes before it gets leaked to the public. So she did herself great disservice by not checking her husband's devices. A lot of people have argued that in order to avoid national disgrace and calamity, in order to avoid old age shock, please check your partner's phone today. Not even man alone, both man and woman, because as you can see, married women are also running things in the streets. While the other set of people, the team trust, are like, no, we don't do that. What use is marriage without trust? What I don't know cannot kill me. I am not for checking any person's phone, and I do not want any other person to check my phone. So on this ground, what do you think about this set of arguments? Do you believe that in marriage, mobile devices, electronic devices of the both partners should be open for easy access by the other person? Or do you think that for the sake of trust and privacy, spouses should not check each other's phones? Do let us know down in the comment section what you think about this. Since this news broke, the internet has gone crazy, with so many people calling for the head and the neck of this gentleman. Well, not so gentle of a man. They have beckoned on the authorities to bring him to book and punish him for his many indiscretions. Now let us address that. If Uncle Nakademus is stripped of occupying public positions, public offices as a result of this scandal, that is permissible. That is even legal. To protect the integrity and the reputation of government institutions and to maintain trust, ethics, and public confidence of individuals holding public office, these public office holders have a responsibility to act in a manner, an ethical manner, that ensures that public confidence is upheld. And no, contrary to some people's thoughts that, oh, this is his personal life, this is his personal, yes, it is his personal life, but it is also his responsibility to ensure that his personal life does not erode public confidence due to the position that he occupies. And yes, a sex scandal is capable of eroding public confidence in a government official. In that light, it is the right, appropriate, and expected step that any public official caught in such a scandal be relieved of his duties. In fact, in working societies, in saner climes, that official is supposed to resign willingly on his own accord without even being suspended. But welcome to Africa. In fact, in a certain West African country that I know, even the suspension will not even come, talk less of resignation. After all, we found one senator in a sex toy shop fighting and beating up the staff of the sex toy shop because maybe she didn't give him the toy of his choice. And that person remains a senator till today. I didn't call name, but if you know, you can assist us. Just through your goodwill, drop the name down in the comment section. But it's all right. Now, this is more of a moral responsibility, reflecting societal values and norms, society's expectations, a moral standard, or can I say a code of ethics that affects perception and public relations. So the Vice President of Equatorial Guinea has announced that the country has decided to take action by immediately suspending officials found in this scandal, found having sexual relations in the office premises, which I agree to, because you cannot turn a workspace to Kama Sutra's shrine. So that is agreed. But the question now is it a legal issue? Is it a legal matter? Is it a crime? Should he be arrested? Should he be prosecuted? Should he be imprisoned for what he has done? Where do we draw the distinction between a legal issue and a moral misconduct? Because some people may be like, Neze, check am now. Check this thing. A pregnant woman, heavily pregnant woman, another man's pregnant wife. No. Look for somewhere in the law to choke this thing and try this man to court. But as I remind you guys always, illegality and immorality are two different concepts. And there might, I use the word might because I am not a lawyer in Equatorial Guinea. I am talking generally, holistically. There might be no crime here, except one. If these women in question were coerced or drugged or forced, if there was no consent, then it now becomes a criminal issue, an issue of raid. But if you have seen those videos, oh my God, they don't look anything forced. Two, if those recordings were taken without consent, yes, there were some videos that the camera was apparently mounted, but there were some others that the action started before we saw the mounting of the cameras. So if those women in these videos can prove that their consent were not sought and obtained, either impliedly or expressly, that they did not know that the man was filming them, then it now becomes a criminal issue. It now becomes a cyber crime if they didn't consent to the recording to have taken place in the first place. I'm not talking about the release, because yes, he's not the one that released it, so he may not be held responsible for releasing the tapes, but there is another offense of recording somebody in such a state without the person's consent or knowledge. That he can be held responsible for if it can be proven. The third way that I suspect or I deduce that he may be criminally liable in this case is if he is a carrier of a sexually transmitted disease or infection and he knowingly exposed others to health hazards, to potential health risk. Then he might be liable to face charges of endangering public health, which is a serious offense under Equatorial Guinea's laws. When one intentionally exposes others to infectious diseases, it's a punishable offense. But if he cannot be held on these mentioned points, then legally, these look like consensual relationships, which are legally permissible by any two adults. As I mentioned, I am not very familiar with the family laws of Equatorial Guinea or their laws at all. But I have checked and they are not a Muslim country. They are not an Islamic country. They do not practice Sharia law. And adultery is not a crime. Bigamy is. Don't mix it up. Bigamy is the act of getting married to somebody else when you are legally married to another. That is the offense of bigamy. And that one is a crime, even in Nigeria. It comes with years of jail term. But adultery, when there's no marriage, a way match with somebody's husband or wife, is not a crime. It may come under a civil case during a dissolution of marriage hearing. You want to dissolve your marriage under the grounds of adultery, and you are joining that person that your spouse committed adultery with as a co-defendant. You can sue for damages, but it doesn't come with a jail term. So it is more civil than criminal. Government typically should not have any right to start dragging a man to court or a woman to court for adultery. That is a personal wrong, which the spouses of these people in question can take up if they want to. If the law differs in your country, please let us know down in the comment section so we can be abreast of how it works over there. But I'm talking generally, typically. So despite a lot of people find what this man has done very horrendous, very immoral, the question is it illegal? So while we wait for the government of Equatorial Guinea to see how they handle this biggest sex scandal in their history, it is indeed a very sad situation to see one's family member, one's wife, one's father, one's husband, one's pregnant mother in such a situation. May God keep giving everyone wisdom and discipline to act within rational behavior. Do let us get your thoughts and your feelings down in the comment section on everything we have discussed. Do you believe that spouses should check their partner's phones? Check their devices. Don't take yourself by surprise. Through checking devices, you can find things out that would save your life and even save that partner's life. Or do you believe that no, it is a no-go area in a marriage? Do you believe also that such acts, taking a pregnant woman, a man's pregnant wife to bed, should be criminalized? Or do you believe that no, it is a moral issue and it has no discussion, no bearing in the court of law? Do let us get all your thoughts on these and everything else that we have discussed down in the comments section. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. Don't forget to follow us on Africa Folktale and History with Neze, where we discuss our African heritage, history, culture, and dynamics in that fun way that I know that you'll enjoy. I'm going to leave the link down in the description box and pin in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. For now, bye.